Hi, I'm Dave Wood, the producer on Flockers, and you are watching Eurogamer.
Greetings Flockers, I'm Eurogamer's YouTube editor Ian Higton, and today I'm acting as a news shepherd, herding video game news towards you with the help of this video-shaped sheepdog here. That made no sense. At this year's EGX Rezzed Expo, worm-loving developers Team 17 took the chance to unveil a brand new IP of theirs called Flockers, which you can see in action right now. I'm not allowed to mention the L word when it comes to describing the gameplay of Flockers, so instead I'll liken its style to a cross between Swarm and Krusty Super Funhouse, which are both games that are a bit like Lemmings. So why have Team 17 decided to create a puzzle game about sheep? They must be balmy. Here's Flockers producer Dave Wood to explain.
Flockers is a brand new IP for Team 17. We're obviously kind of very well known for worms, perhaps a little too well known for worms. So we took the kind of cute little character from worms that everyone loves for sheep, and we basically based the game around the sheep. So the kind of game's a new take on the classic A to B puzzler. So you're getting the sheep from kind of one side of the level, kind of through these mind-bending puzzles and contraptions, and trying to get them through to the exit, and you're trying to save as many as possible. We've taken the art style across, I think, from the later kind of games like Worms Revolution, Worms Clan Wars. That kind of is like a kind of twisted, kind of Burton-esque, macabre kind of vibe to the whole kind of art, and that's one of the kind of really strong points of the game. I think it's something we kind of really nailed. The game looks absolutely fantastic. It's only come out in the last few weeks as we got kind of the renderer in place, and everything just kind of has come together. We've got this really strong aesthetic running throughout it, and it's something we're really kind of excited about. We've kind of got a really streamlined kind of set of abilities. We've got 5 abilities, and we kind of really focused on getting these abilities right, rather than having a plethora of kind of different abilities. We're starting off kind of simple. So you've got the ability to give a sheep a jumper as they put on a little woolly hat and start kind of bounding around the landscape. They can be a super sheep, so they kind of fly up the walls and they can, kind of avoid falling to their death. You can give them the explode ability to kind of launch sheep from other sheep by exploding the sheep, or kind of like breaking your way through kind of crates and kind of getting to 2 other places on the level. And then we've got the formations, which are basically kind of blocks that you place onto the landscape. The sheep kind of come along, they fill these blocks, and they become bridges and act as bridges to get to other areas of the level. So we're kind of planning on going into early access with the game, so there's going to be plenty of scope to, I think, to add new abilities down the line. But for starters, we've got this kind of small kind of like toolkit for the designers to kind of create around the kind of the physics simulation. We've got this kind of really exciting kind of like gameplay experience. On launch, we're kind of planning on releasing a level editor, and that level editor should have a full kind of capabilities that our designers use in-house. So that's going to go out to the community, and it's going to start by kind of allowing users to place prefabs and just kind of like sections around the level, build the level up from prefabricated pieces, then start to kind of create their own kind of landscapes, their own contraptions, and kind of one of the kind of central elements of the game is the kind of death. There's deaths everywhere. There's kind of these evil contraptions coming down, kind of turning these little sheep into mincemeat. And I think when the kind of players start to get their hands on the level editor, they'll start exploring their darker side and kind of seeing all the kind of crazy ways that people are going to kind of start kind of terrorizing the sheep.
Looking at this gameplay footage, Dave, you seem to be taking sheep shearing to the extreme. There seems to be a lot of sheep blood being shed, a lot of spinny blades, and a lot of nasty ends for the members of the flock. Did you guys have any second thoughts about creating such twisted, torturous levels?
That's something that's kind of been an interesting one for us. Obviously, we've taken it a lot kind of darker than some of the previous Worms games, and some of us were kind of a little worried about how that might kind of go down. But I think it's added a real X factor to the game. He's kind of this juxtaposition of a kind of cute little sheep, kind of surrounded by this kind of heinous landscape and kind of contraptions, and it just adds that kind of extra element of kind of to the game, and it's really added something. We brought the game to Rezzed. and we weren't sure how that aspect of the game was going to go down, but everyone's kind of really enjoyed it. You know, there's been a lot of laugh out loud moments as kind of people have been playing the game. They've got themselves stuck in some kind of rather sticky situations.
So no one's taken too much offence to.
No, not yet. So yeah, it's been a good gauge as to kind of the level we've got it at, and I think we've got it about right.
So Dave, how long until gamers can flex their shepherd's crook and have a look at flockers?
We're kind of looking at a Q2 release into early access. Beyond that, we don't know kind of when we'll be doing a full release. At the moment, we're looking at PC only, so it's not a PC exclusive as such. If the game takes off, it does well, then we'll look at other platforms, maybe for consoles, maybe mobile as an option. But we'll kind of play that one by ear and see how it goes. But at the moment, we're focusing on getting it into early access and seeing how it takes off.
Thanks, Dave. It's refreshing to see Team 17 moving away from the Worms franchise for the first time in what seems like forever, but in all honesty, it would have been nice to see them brave something completely new, rather than create what really only amounts to a Worms spin-off. Still, the gameplay seems solid, and what it lacks in originality, it certainly makes up for in character and charm. With fan feedback at EGX Rezzed being very positive, and with only a few months left until the game hits early access, it won't be long until we find out for ourselves if the game is a sheer joy to play or if it's flocking awful. Right, that's me well and truly out of sheep puns. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel by clicking on that on-screen annotation if you fancy more exclusive interviews, early gameplay previews and daily interactive live streams. Bye!